Hi, I'm Liza Weale, founder of Gatehouse Admissions.
And I'm Jeremy Shinewald, founder of mbaMission.
And we're back with our series of HBS application essay reviews. We've already looked at Suzanne's business-minded and leadership-focused essays, and we love them. And
They were great.
Now we'll turn to her growth-oriented essay. If you want to follow along, use the link below to download a free copy of our book of sample essays from successful HBS admits. Let's go ahead and get started. I've been drawing ever since I was young. When I moved to the US at age 11, I made my first friends through drawing because it transcended language and cultural barriers. As I got older, I wanted to learn about other aspects of art, so I joined the design team at BU's Daily Free Press. Designing special layouts was particularly challenging because writers were often more focused on content than design. To facilitate collaboration, I created a request form with questions on the stories featured, design ideas, and key deadlines. This gave designers a starting point and encouraged writers to be more involved in the creative process. During COVID, I started sharing my art on Instagram. The conventional wisdom is to post frequently and consistently, which my consulting job didn't allow. Resigned to lower engagements, I was surprised when a comic I posted went viral. I realized that it was because the comic was funny, and art that elicited an emotional reaction did better than something that was just nice to look at. By being strategic, I've managed to gain 20,000 plus followers despite only posting 1 to 2 times a month. While I've been an artist my entire life, I know there's still more to learn, whether it's working in a new medium, improving the creative process, or finding the most effective way to engage with a digital audience. I look forward to bringing that same curiosity to the HBS classroom and community. Jeremy, what do you think?
Well, I think first and foremost, we're again learning about a new side of this person, and not just a new side, like a new activity, but really there's depth to this interest in art and you know a true commitment to it. And it's a creative intellectual pursuit as much. It really wasn't for an audience until she tried. It was just more like this, her own passion project. And so, it sort of keeps us with these nice little surprises, right? We have someone who, it makes a lot of sense that this person loves animated films because this person is an artist. And so it sort of links all these pieces together. We're kind of moving from this uniquely powerful business story into this story about identity and mentoring others and having an impact in a smaller community, and then finally into sort of this like very personal world. Like we're learning about her, as an artist, and so I'm intrigued and I'm engaged in her story. I'm like, God, this is really someone who is. There's a lot of layers, there's a lot of depth here, and that's very appealing.
Yeah. I also, going back to that, we learned in her last essay, in her leadership-focused essay, she's an introvert. And yet here she is posting on Instagram her art.
Right.
I mean, just the vulnerability in doing that.
Right.
And watching the followers, not, probably recognizing or saying she recognized that she should be posting more often. And then imagine, I don't know, as a reader, I'm like, oh my gosh, imagine when her comic went viral. I mean, she put herself out there and just, just saw it sort of light up with followers.
You can't put the genie back in the bottle at that point. It's like, you're out there,
Right.
Introvert, extrovert, you're out there.
Yeah, and it just, again, it gives us, there's just so many layers to who she is. And we might have preconceived notions of what it means to be an introvert. And that's what I think throughout these 3 essays, she's done a very effective job of challenging that by revealing that she's a leader. She can stand up for what she believes in. She can explain what she believes in. And she's willing to put herself out there in ways that, perhaps people might have a stereotype of that runs counter to it.
Right. I think she's just someone also, she's getting the point across that she has very high expectations for herself. She's someone committed to excellence. The things she does extremely well. Yes. And again, whether that's insights that change a major media company or being a really good mentor to one person or being committed to art, this person is someone who is, and that's who do you want in your C-suite or whatever her ultimate goals are. You want someone who's going to have the highest expectations for themselves, to be like motivated internally to do things to make others and organizations and themselves successful. And so she's she's played on all those levels here so far, right? She's played on this on the individual, the team, the company, and then internally, she's played on that level as well. So we're just getting a very full, thoughtful, self-aware picture of this individual, and it's driven by unique experience. Again, you can't fudge that. You can't be like, okay, well, I'm Jeremy. I'll write about my art, my passion for art. Hey, spoiler alert, I'm not an artist. Okay, it's not happening. But everyone has their own interests, and as long as you can prove that you've done it inordinately, which she's done, then she owns it.
Yeah, I also like at the end. Again, she recognizes there's lots more growth to be had. Right, and she doesn't just say that. She calls out different areas of art and creativity that she could continue to learn. So the platitude is, oh, and I still have ways to grow. But it's much harder to actually articulate what are those areas and how is she pushing herself. And we have no doubt that Suzanne will indeed continue to push herself to grow as an artist, as a leader, as a analytical leader within Netflix or wherever she ends up. It's really exciting to see. So no wonder that HBS was impressed with her. I certainly was.
Yeah, fantastic suite of essays. Suzanne did a great job.
Good. Well, thank you, everyone. Follow the series for more reviews of real essays from HBS Admits, and be sure to download our book, which is linked below, for dozens more essay samples.